It's the first weekend in June, and you know what that means. It's time for the Denver Chalk Art Festival. It's Saturday, the first day of the festival, June 2nd, and things are starting to heat up around here. Over 200 artists taking it to the streets of Denver. And as you can see, a lot of things are just in the beginning phases. And as I walk the asphalt, I see some familiar faces from last year's segment, like Tad Moskal. And of course, one of my favorites with her unique, colorful style, Naomi Haverland. And as we pound the pavement a little further, we come across Kyle Bannister working side by side with Eric Matelski, and they're getting along quite handsomely. And as we stroll down a little further, we catch a glimpse of Mari Acevedo holding down the fort on Jennifer Mosquera's unique piece for the art salon. I can't wait to see some of these pieces, especially this take on American Gothic using a robotic theme. What I love about these type of festivals is the energy, the colors, and the creativity everywhere you look. On the first day, the weather was just fantastic. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had plans of her own. Some pieces took a real hit, and most artists had to cope with damage control on day 2. And these artists are determined and focused to carry on their visual masterpieces. Here we are on day 2, and it's another beautiful Rocky Mountain day in Colorado. The great thing about this experience is that you get to meet and interact with these artists. I've never met a single one that didn't take the time and the effort to convey the love of their craft. Participants can consist of a single person, couples, and even big teams of artists. Congratulations go to Tad for his Mona winning the People's Choice First Place Award. It was nice to see Naomi's stunning rendition of her daughter Roxanne win the Best Use of Color. Eric's work is always personal. His piece, Gathering Sparks, speaks volumes in tradition, utilizing images of his mother in different periods of her life.
So it's heavy in symbolism on the whole piece.
Mr. Baseball himself, Kyle Bannister.
This piece I'm doing today is a reproduction of an old Al Hirschfeld cartoon from the 50s, and he did a few baseball pieces. I just took the liberties of colorizing this one and having some fun with it, and I guess try to make the Dodgers look like Stooges this weekend.
Kyle even brought his daughter in to help. And isn't that Eric Matelski sneaking in some blue there? I chatted with one of the featured artists, Stephen DeOrio, who has participated in this festival since 2003.
It's a story of a Endymion. He was a shepherd, Greek mythology. He was out in the fields at night watching the sheep, and Diana, the moon goddess, saw him and fell in love with him. But because he was a human, she couldn't be with him because she was a goddess. So in order to be together, he had to be put to sleep for eternity. And so he went to sleep, and they had their love story.
Now you're a featured artist here. How many years have you done this
This
festival?
is my 9th year doing the festival. I competed for 5 years, and then I was asked to be a featured artist after 5 years. So I'm doing that for 4 years now.
Have a nice crowd today. I mean, this early,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
we
rocking.
get a good turnout, especially when the weather cooperates. It's going to be a warm one, so might get a thunderstorm. We'll see.
Well, it's just part of the whole experience too.
Oh yeah, it's just the flow of things, it's probably there for a reason. It kind of helped, it softened the colors up so I can really pop the highlights now, so with the technique I use, it works well, so.
A lot of the fans of this festival come to see the Modenari, traditional street artists that make a living doing chalk art. Just because this piece was so adorable, I stopped and talked with Sherri from Eye Candy Images.
So this is my 4th year. So I first did it in 2006, and then I took a break for a couple of years, and then I've done it for the last 3 years.
And you want to talk about your piece here?
This is a baby that I photographed in January of this year, and I come out here and I recreate my photos on the ground, and I let everybody enjoy my favorite photos that I take. So, yeah.
Here comes Jen with a really fun piece.
This piece is called The Flamingo Tamer, and it's a painting that I've always wanted to do, and I've never gotten around to doing it, so this is the first time it's actually being performed.
And you couldn't have a nicer day for this chalk art festival.
It's a little warm, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's much better than the wind yesterday.
Jen is always working the crowd, and I'm happy to say she dazzled the judges and won most whimsical this year. This tribute to Madonna won another People's Choice Award and is sort of a springboard to the artist's upcoming show devoted to Madonna. Remember this one? Because I love robots, I was happy to see this piece win Best of Show, 3rd place. This gripping piece won Best Reproduction of a Masters by Grace Hollenbeck. Was it the big yellow-brimmed hat or the striking colors that drew the judges to this piece? Either way, Nicole Flaig's use of color won her Best of Show, 2nd place. Rounding out some of the Best of Show were Best 3D by Lance Lieber and Best of Show 1st place from tattoo artists Colin Kolker and Drew Kesinger. Hey, I think Zoe was mad because there was no dogs in that segment. So let's make it up to her. I want to do a segment on dog artists and the people that paint dogs. And I want to start with this painting here. This is one I bought on eBay about 10 years ago for a penny.